Hala, oy, grabe sad. Empathy ba? Empathy. Ato ang storyaan. Hi again mga ka-BPO mates, it's your boy Benson from BPO Bytes. Today we'll be talking about something really special. It's about the value of empathy. And this is from my personal experience, and probably it's something that could help you in your organization if you're a TL, if you're a leader, or perhaps if you're a co-worker who's struggling to deal with people and communicating with everybody. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. Click the like button if you like it, and if you love the video, click subscribe. See ya! As what you've remembered on the video, if you have felt the same way, if you have a concern, or if you found something that you want to share with people, there's two things that is different in understanding on what the people is going through. Number one would be sympathy, and number two would be empathy. Most people actually know these things, but they interchange it. Sympathy is just understanding where the person is coming from and how he is doing. So it might be something of acknowledging how she feels. So for example, if you say, "I'm sorry how you feel. Is there a way I can do it? I'm sorry this is happening to you and to your family." Especially for people right now, COVID cases are, rising up again in Cebu City. I hope as soon as possible it gets down. Guys, follow protocols, by the way, just to insert it. Sympathy is simply acknowledging how the person feels. At the same time, understanding where she is coming from. Empathy is more on something that's beyond logic. It starts with not just understanding how we feel, but actually feeling the emotion behind what she is saying. So in the example that we show above, what you could do as a leader or perhaps as a person in charge, you could always say, "I understand how you feel. I felt sad knowing your situation. The fourth is how we can do or resolve the situation. Here's what I can do to help." Instead of pointing out why the person is feeling that way, why the person is feeling being lost or where she is going, you'd rather dissect the situation and help her understand how you can solve the problem together with you. So there are 4 quick tips in showing empathy to your co-members, co-workers, team members, to your leader, or perhaps your leader to your team member. The 4 quick tips that I'm gonna share to you is really simple. The basic rule is number 1 is to sympathize, acknowledge. Number 2 is show the emotion behind it. Number 3 is solve the solution or how you can help her solve her solution. But the third one also depends if the person wants you to listen or she wants you to solve the problem. That's a different talk. We can talk about that differently. This is just how you show empathy, because some people just want you to listen, like especially girls. And number 4 is, of course, the plan of action, or let's just say a POA, and then the metrics and how you solve the problem. This is just on the workplace, so it's different when we're talking about relationships. Okay, I'm not an expert on those, but this is how I solve and how I show empathy towards my team members or the person that I care to. When you talk about acknowledgement or sympathizing, again, as what I've told you earlier, it's more about acknowledging how she feels. So this is the quick step. I know how you feel. I'm sad, the emotion. This is what we can do or how we can solve the problem. This is the resolution. And then 5th is this is what we're gonna do to evaluate if the solution is correct or not. That's the POA or the plan of action. Most people in this industry or in the BPO industry are really experts in finding the fault, the problem with the metric, but not really understanding how the person feels. So the first you should ask, compared to an agent, if I'm an agent and someone asks me, "Hey, your numbers are down and this is your goal. I'm not sure if I could really help you get this goal, but I think you should shape up because I don't know if next year you'll still be included in this roster." Imagine how you feel if you get that, TL or that person talk to you in that way. I've learned from being in an organization without position, you don't get respected through your position, but through how you care. Because I came from organization in church, and I also came from a network marketing background before going to BPO, which has led me to, first is, this is what you should know, to really understand where the person is going from. So if you see the person, this is the second example, if it's really failing in the metrics, you coordinate a meeting with her, a one-on-one talk, or perhaps a coffee. You know, some people bring up more of their life once you get them outside work. The first question you should ask is, your numbers are down. How are you doing? And if she shares a bit, no, don't talk about work. I want to know how you're doing outside work. How's your family doing? How is your goals doing? See the difference between those two. If you are an employee and you have a TL who talks like that, or if you have a leader who values you like that. On the example that we showed you on the video earlier, if a person shows you a problem on transportation to the workplace during the COVID situation, the best thing you gotta do is not to answer, these are the protocols and there is no problem with the current traveling system. There is no problem. You say that and then you post. Probably you share the view of IATF or perhaps the executive order, and you say there is no problem. You are not being empathetic. It comes from a different point of view. You might want to solve the problem, but it will turn off some people. Not most, but some. So the best way for you is to acknowledge, let's say for that example again, a transportation, you need to have business contingency goals. You share to it with your employee. No worries, we have a business contingency goal. I know that this is not yet the lockdown, but this is our plans. And then you share the plans. And then instead of acting why the employee is telling you this and that, why is she feeling worried about the situation, you'd rather tell the business contingency plan. That is, if you have a business contingency plan on lockdowns, but if not, your business needs to, evaluate itself on how you're handling the business. After that, you talk the business contingency plan and then you offer help. How can you help you? I'm so glad that I had leaders who actually, always ask me that question. Shout out to Boss Michael Carion, who always asks me how can I help, to my other bosses, Boss Carlos, and to my mentor, Simon Sinek. I know you don't know me, but anyway, I want to thank you for that. Again, after acknowledging everything, understand the emotion behind it. Feel the emotion itself. If you're sad, show that you're sad. Don't smile. I know I'm smiling right now. And third, show the resolution. What are the possible resolutions of that current situation? And 5 is the most important thing, which is the metrics. I believe you need to write down once you show the evaluation part or the planning stage. Let's say if you already have a resolution, this is what you're gonna do. Number 1, you write down the problem. Number 2, you write down why there is a problem. And number 3, you write down the solutions by step. And then you put key metrics on the right side, and you put a score of 1 to 10. And then you evaluate it for 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. After that one, this is one of the things that I do to my team members why they improve, is to actually have them commit. So I let them write down their commitment on the paper and ask them the motivation behind the commitment. Most people on the coaching firms, they have a commitment form, but at the end, they don't actually have the motivation why they need to commit. But if you have that current motivation and you understand their motivation, you understand their deep why on why they're currently working, you can reinforce them back to them. You said that you're gonna commit to this because of your family. You said you wanna hit the key metrics because you wanna be promoted, so that you can provide more opportunities to your brothers and sisters. So that's the key there, motivation. Let them write it down, and then after that, let them sign it. Make sure to follow up, schedule the follow up, because if you forgot the follow up, again, it doesn't show empathy. It actually just forces you to let the employee know that you're just a boss. So once you set up the schedule for the follow-up, then follow up. And leaders, please don't forget that, sharing a relationship with your working relationship, all right? Not, mga magic relationship. Share a relationship with your employee, and your employee or co-members or team members will take care of you. And for me, the best situation that I had during those times is when I had a mentor on my business side to actually tell me to stop doing business for a week. No, not just for a week, because we're not rich, but we went to about 1 to 2 to 3 days. And then I had a recollection for myself. I went on thinking of my life. I'm so glad that I had that mentor. I won't shout out his name. His name is Jesus. Most of the way, but I had someone who really helped me on my downtime. What I want to say to you, once you find that empathy to someone, it takes a lot of practice. So I might share to you these things, but at the end of the day, it takes a lot of practice. Some people show empathy through actions. They don't want to talk, but they show you what to do, how to do it. But again, I hope that this has helped you, what I'm sharing. Just want to summarize everything. There are two kinds of empathy. Number one is through actions. Number two is through emotion and a process. So, what is the process? Acknowledge. Okay, acknowledge. And then two is show the emotion behind it. Number three is show the resolution on how you can help. Number four is create a plan of action. And tip number five is to create the motivation between the plan of action and the current goals and then the follow-up. So, I hope this has helped you. Again, it's your boy Benson from BPO Bytes. If you like this video, click the like button. And if you love this video, click subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hi, ka-BPO mates. Again, it's your boy boy Benson. And welcome to our show. Today, we'll be talking about something special. Again, it's what we call empathy. So let's talk about it. If you are, by the way, from Cebu City, shout out to all people in Cebu. Oops, something fell down. A lot of things that is personal on my behalf, and I'm excited to share to you